Hey folks, it's time for another quick tip from Jerilyn. This week I want to talk about what I found out in my garden. I went out the other morning and there at the top of one of my tomato tree bushes were no leaves. So because I happen to know who's up to this, I followed the tracks down and lo and behold, what do I find? A tomato hornworm. Those guys will decimate a tomato bush in less than a day. And you should see what they did to my peppers. Anyways, a couple of things that we need to know about the tomato hornworm. They actually, the adult is the adult moth that we refer to as the hummingbird moth. Why? Because it's pretty big size. It flutters its wings like the hummingbird, and it does also have a beak, and they kind of will go into the plant and draw pollen. So they are a part of the pollinators. So we like them, right? Because we like our pollinators. But then they turn into these tomato hornworms. And you can identify the tomato hornworm by the color. It's green with the white V's that go up their back. And then at the very end, you're going to see this little red horn. If it's black, it's a tobacco hornworm. If it's red, it's the tomato hornworm. But both love your tomatoes. So like I said, they can actually devour foliage on a plant. And as a matter of fact, I was out in the morning and I didn't see anything. And then in the afternoon when I went out to harvest some tomatoes, there they were halfway down. It's really hard to find them. They will hide underneath. So if this is the branch, they kind of will go right underneath it. So you've got to look very carefully. Some people will go out at night with a flashlight and they find they can see them easier. But I've actually never tried that because I can pretty much find them if you look underneath the foliage. So again, you're looking for that white V shape. And you can also follow the damage of the leaves. Or another way to do it is to look for the frass, their droppings. That's actually how I find them on my pepper plants. Because I look down on the leaves, I see the frass, and then I follow it up, and there they are. So a couple of things that you can do is you can just pluck them off. They come off very easy. You can drop them in soapy water. You can squish them, which some people get a little queasy about, but one other thing that you can do is pesticide. Again, we talked last time about BT. It is Bacillus, and it is an organism that is designed to kill worms, and this is a worm, so that would work also with the tomato hornworm. I don't really think I'm going to be doing that. I think hand picking them is probably the easiest, and being aware that they're coming. You know, when you see the hummingbird moth, I kind of knew to be paying attention, that in a few short weeks, keep an eye out. So, and then the fourth one, and this is something that I will be doing for sure come probably late October, is I will be tilling up where my tomatoes are this year. I rotate crops, but I also will I'll make sure that I till that area pretty thoroughly, because what it will do is the tomato worm, when it reaches maturity, will go down to the soil, burrow into the soil, and that's where it will lay its larvae for the upcoming year. So basically, I will just till it up, and that will hopefully take care of it. But again, once you get a tomato hornworm, it's pretty hard. I never had them until about 3 or 4 years ago, and now I'm kind of learning the ropes and what to keep my eye open for and whatnot. So there are a few natural enemies that are really nice, because it's great how Mother Nature takes care of itself, right? And one of them is the braconid wasp. And what they do is they lay their eggs on the worm, and then the worm, yeah, get this, actually eats from the inside out of the caterpillar. So I did find several that already had these little, they look like white rice attached to the worm. And basically, you just leave them. Let it do its thing. And when they finish there, they go to another one. So if you miss one, they're there, they have your back. So if you see that, don't squish that. That's good. We like those. So again, I'm going to go home tonight, and what am I going to do? I'm going to look for that one that's chowing on my jalapeno peppers, because, yeah, it took a big bite out of my jalapeno pepper. So, you know, I went out this morning with my soapy water, and I will go out tonight again. It's well worth it because, gosh, I love me a good fresh tomato. Hey, thanks, folks. Thanks for tuning in. This is Jerilyn with a few more gardening tips for you.